Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I am Momo Love, and welcome to another edition of Momo Love Presents Many Voices of the Community. Yes. Since the onset of the novel coronavirus, um, COVID 19 as it's called, there has been a barrage of news and of sickness, death, masks, closures, and I've just been trying to wrap my head around this thing and wondering if you guys are as well. So I had this idea and I wanted to reach out to friends, family, business owners, leaders of the community, to talk about how we're coping with corona through quarantine talks, and just maybe provide some tips on mental health, physical activities, and all kinds of things to just help us cope with corona through quarantine talks. My name is Momo Love again, and I host the weekly radio show by the name of Community Voices, and it could be heard every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Blazing Radio. You can do so by downloading the free app as well as listening live on the website www.ablazingradio.com. Now, the lady that she is an author. She is owner and founder of Good Books Financial Education Services. Please let me welcome Miss Catherine G. Turner. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I am wonderful. It's so great to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Awesome. I was telling everybody the reason why I brought this event on. Momo Love Presents Many Voices of the Community. Since
Mhm.
the onset of coronavirus, we have all been going up and round with so much news, information, misinformation,
I
and
know.
just trying to cope and deal with it. So I thought, how could we cope with coronavirus any better than having many talks and quarantine talks, more importantly, and
Yes.
most importantly, because it is May. May is health awareness, mental health awareness month. I wanted to lay eyes on my friends, family, business leaders, and members of the community and just say, Catherine G. Turner, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And you know what? It's definitely a mind thing. You definitely have to have at this point adjusted yourself to be able to cope with the changes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. How's your family?
Family's doing well. We've got thank the Lord that all of us still have our jobs. That's a blessing within itself.
Okay.
And so, three of us here working out of home, different. I'm working in my office, my daughter, my husband, we're all working.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so your daughter, she's of age to work, like you said, she's working from home. How's
Yeah.
that going with everybody? Are you guys taking breaks throughout the day, having family activities, or how's it going?
So we probably don't take enough breaks, to be quite honest. You find yourself so into your work. I mean, everyone has their doors closed and really working hard. But we have taken a couple, like at the end of the day. Um, we played some card games, like just to help with memory joggers, things like that. So it's been pretty fun. Made pizza from scratch. My husband is an amazing cook,
Okay.
and so yeah. So we have done some different things that we hadn't done, and I know that I'm trying to take more time to have a cutoff.
Yeah.
You know.
And through
Yeah.
those different times, I mean, because you've been with your family for eons, right? But even
Yeah.
through this time and through those different times, activities, sitting down to dinner, what have you learned new about your family or about yourself?
Yes. I would say that I think that what I learned is that we all have different personalities, of course. But what I learned is that we actually do enjoy spending time together.
Nice.
And sometimes if anything, we've learned to you have to make that time. You
Mhm.
have to make that time. And I also realized that I'm probably a little more competitive than I thought I was because on those card games, I was like, oh no, I'm not losing. So that was funny. And they were like, oh my God,
I
you just
love
you
that.
just don't want to give up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna win.
I love that.
Yeah.
Miss Catherine, since the onset of this, I don't know when you first heard about it, whether it was last year, November, December, or even this year. What were your initial thoughts about the coronavirus?
Well, initially, I can say that I really heard about it probably like February timeframe, maybe
Okay.
January, February. So
Okay.
my initial thoughts, honestly, was that it was something that was going to just be in China, that it was something that they were dealing with.
Mhm.
And, of course, we're praying that wherever something's happening in the world, that people would be okay. But then, news started coming out and we realized that it was coming to the United States. And I remember from the beginning, my thoughts were, so I remember it was March the 12th when I believe Governor Hogan put out the word March the 12th. And I'm a date person, right?
Okay.
And I remember thinking, okay, well, I'm going to stay in until May 15th. So I was saying May 15th way back then and not realizing the impact and, how sad it really has been with so many people losing their lives. I really did not know it was going to be this serious.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you know anyone who's been affected with coronavirus?
I do. There's been a couple members at my church, but thank goodness they're both all right.
Yes, thank
Yes, they
goodness. The
both have
power.
recovered.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, because we've heard so many things as far as who it affects more: older
Hmm.
people with underlying issues such as
Hmm.
COPD, respiratory, and things of that
Yes.
nature. Again, it's so much news, so much information coming out of the
Mhm.
CDC, thousands of additional cases, hundreds of
Mhm.
additional deaths. Tell me what it's like for you to mask up and glove up and, you know, all of this stuff that we have to do to go out.
Goodness, first of all, I do find that, and I do it. I have the gloves, and it's like you have a kit. You now have a bag, right? That has the wipes in it, a couple pair of gloves, your mask, and all that. And so I find it a little challenging, but I keep reminding myself that we are really only temporarily inconvenienced.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really a temporary inconvenience. If we really look at the whole scheme of things, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be a
Even
lot
though your
worse.
mind tells you from time to time, like, when is this going to be over? Like, I'm
Mhm.
so tired of it. Like, I love my home, but I don't think I've ever been more tired of these four walls.
Right, right. I did have a moment one day where, I have a few little places that I love to eat out. And so living in Laurel, there's a place, More Than Java Cafe, that I absolutely
On
love,
Main
right?
Street.
Yes, on Main Street, right? So shout out to More Than Java
Tabitha
Cafe.
and
Yeah,
Roy, I believe his name is.
yes, yes, yes. And Miss Sharon.
Yeah.
Um, so I get my favorite little smoothies and things over there. And one day I just wanted to, other than going to do a little bit of work for one of my clients, I wanted to go and get that smoothie, right? And I remember telling my daughter, I was like, I'm going to go get a smoothie. Mom, what are you doing going out? You're not supposed to go anywhere. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, we got to babysit your parents. I'm like, listen, I just wanted my smoothie. So she said I had a smoothie meltdown that day.
Okay. Did you get your smoothie?
Not that day, but I got it last week.
Because I think it's so important to our health to give in to the things that we need to while we're under this quarantine as safe as possible, right?
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
Miss Catherine, you're an author. You are the owner and founder of Good Books Financial Education Services. And I hear that you have been working from home and you have seen a few of your clients. But I'm wondering, how has your business been affected due to the quarantine?
Right. Well, it has been affected in that I'm definitely a people person, and I love to I love to talk to people and be face to face. I love to I'll give my clients a hug or something. So I do miss that. I would say I have been able to transition to the Zoom conferencing as
Okay.
most of us are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do a lot of Zoom conferencing and it's working, and I'll be picking up on that more. I actually have not physically been to my office since March 12th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
So
this is also a time where people are being very creative, and I heard that you have implemented Zoom into your business schedule. What other kind of creative ways or ideas have you had or come across or maybe thinking about doing to bring in more business or let people know that Good Books Financial Education Services are here?
right. Well, one thing I've done recently is that um, I had left a major broker dealer, because I also do financial services, of course. I had left a major broker dealer at the end of February. Wrote an article on LinkedIn. So after writing that article, I was invited to be on a television show.
Nice.
Okay. So as a result of that invite, I now have my own small TV show. Yes, it's called Good Books with Catherine Gale Turner. It's the first and second Saturdays of each month between 8 and 9 on WDCA, the Capital View. And so that's a new creative way of reaching out and trying to get clients and also having other business owners that I can feature. So that's been in the midst of this,
What
in the
a
midst of this.
beautiful, beautiful way to further your business and to bring other business leaders and community members on. That is so
Yes.
amazing. And again, like I said, with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, being a
Mhm.
mom, being a wife, business owner, and woman, now radio host, radio
Yes.
TV host,
Yes.
when do you have the time? And what kind of self-care do you practice?
Right. So what I have done as far as my time, I'm really trying to get a little bit more organized with the times that I have appointments. So now I try to tell myself, okay, it's 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I did have 7, but now I've changed that. I'm like 10, 1, and 4,
Is
and
enough.
I may do things in between, but that's okay.
Okay.
The other thing is I am now intentionally trying to exercise 5 days a week. And last week I got 4, but I got the equivalent of over 5 days as far as the time.
Beautiful. Now,
So
what do you do? Are you 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Are you going a whole half an hour? What are you doing?
whole half hour.
Okay.
And it's so funny. I'm walking around in the cul-de-sac. I'm walking around in circles in the house. I go in the basement. I mean, I just do whatever it takes to get that half hour, get that heart rate up. And, I'm excited about that because
Yeah.
I was struggling back in January, February when there wasn't any COVID-19 trying to get an exercise schedule. So it's funny. I intentionally do that now.
Yeah. And I think that's good because when you're physically moving,
Yep.
your energy grows,
Mhm.
your heart rate gets up, and you get those endorphins in the brain to get back so you can get back to work and use your creative spirit, right?
Yes.
One thing I do love about you and know about you that you have the mustard seed of faith, right? And not being able to, go and worship in the house of the Lord, I know has been trying on many of the community. But I wanted to know, how are you feeding your spirit?
Yes. So you know what? That is where that creativity comes through. So one thing is I'm able to go on Facebook Live, for example. So my church, Greater Morning Star Apostolic Ministries, um, actually has a live stream.
Okay.
So Sunday school is on that live stream. Greater Morning Star. It's gmsam.org. That's
Okay.
the where you can
Okay.
go. So I'm able to do that. Go on live stream for Sunday school, for church service, and for Bible study, which is Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
Also, we have a prayer line for the ministers, so I'm able to get on that prayer line Saturday mornings. And the other thing is when I'm on live stream, one of the most creative things I've been able to do is that I start my own watch party. I learned how to do watch party. I didn't know how to do that. I learned how to do a watch party. And because I learned how to do a watch party, now I'm so excited. And instead of being on the main line with everybody and seeing all the like, yes, amens, I miss that. But I start my watch party and now my neighbors are coming in and I'm like, yes, yes. So I'm able to, witness and be and minister because I
Beautiful.
do the watch parties and people are coming in. People from elementary school joining those little private watch
Beautiful.
parties.
I think that is absolutely gorgeous. And it just
Mhm.
ties into the reason that I'm doing this. Since the onset of coronavirus,
Mhm.
we have been mentally mind
Yeah.
blown.
Yeah.
Misinformation, information, the local
Mhm.
dumpster, which is what I call your president, just spewing trash out of his
Mhm.
mouth. And how can we connect to just let everybody know it's okay and
Right.
see how you're doing? So what other ways do you connect to friends and family?
I've also, because I moved my office, my son had actually moved out last year. So again, this office is now mine. I love it. You see, I painted the wall. It's so
Nice,
pretty.
nice,
Okay.
nice.
Well, so one thing I did in moving the office over here, I found all these little cards, like blank cards where you could send out to people. So I've sent out little messages to people,
Oh, how
and I
beautiful.
was like, when do people get a handwritten card anymore? And
I only
so
know two people that still do that, Ardania Williams and Mary Harris. Those are the only two people that still send cards.
so I literally, and I will open my little drawer here, and I found. So I got these little thank you cards.
Beautiful.
I've got another little pack. I'm telling you here. This one says thank you. Look at here.
So nice.
So I started using these, and I got some more. I found like four, actually five, because I love office supplies. So I got all kinds of little stuff like that. And so I wrote about five of them the other week, and it's time for me to do some more. But literally
Beautiful.
finding addresses and also connecting through doing some more group pages, like on, like group text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So very quickly, tell us what Good Books Financial Services is and what your services offer.
Okay, so Good Books Financial Education Services is the name that I have used for so many years. I recently got my LLC, and so I'm Good Books LLC now. And so at Good Books LLC, I help individuals and small businesses to identify and to implement and ignite your wealth vision. And
Beautiful.
so I do that by forming a strategic partnership. And as your accountability partner, I can help a small business with regard to their overall operational excellence, their administrative, excellence as well, and operational growth, and also their financial strength. So what I do is I have strategy sessions. I'll make sure that you have your house in order financially. And for individuals, I'll help them to do a wealth analysis. Do you have some of those things you've been putting off? Like, do you have your estate planning in order? Let's talk about that. What about your finances when it comes to your debt? Do you have a listing of all your debts, the interest rates, everything? So I have, creative spreadsheets and things to really help people know where you are. And when we come out of this COVID,
Which
you're
we
going to be
will.
better. We
Yeah.
will.
Yes.
And you'll be better because you know where you are, so you know where you're going.
All right. Where can they find you?
They can find me on my website, www.catherinegaleturner.com. That's CATHERENEGAILTURNER.com. I'm also on Instagram, Catherine Gale Turner, and on Facebook, Catherine Gale Turner.
Miss Catherine, I thank you so much for your time. Again,
Mhm.
it's May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and since the onset, I've been going crazy and wondering if any of my friends and family been going crazy too. So I
Okay.
thought, I would just have an extension of my weekly radio show,
I
which is
love it.
Wednesdays on a Blazing Radio, and you were a guest last year.
Okay.
We'll have to bring you back on when everything is safe and clear. And so I just wanted to have this extension of Community Voices every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Blazing Radio,
Mhm.
www.blazingradio.com, or download the free app. And I want to thank you again, Miss Arthur,
Thank
author
you.
and founder of Good Books Financial Education Services, as well as your new TV or radio?
It's TV. Yes.
TV.
Yeah.
Tell me the
Yeah.
name of that again and where we
That's
can see
good. That's Good Books with Catherine Gale Turner on WDCA, Fox 5 Plus on Saturday mornings, first and second Saturday mornings, specifically between 8 and 9 a.m. You can join
it.
me there.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Miss Catherine. You have a wonderful rest of the day. Look, take the rest of the night off, okay?
Okay. I think I might have to do that. That's a good idea.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
done. You're
Yeah.
done. You're
Go eat some of
done.
my good old salmon that I cooked. Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you. And thanks so much for having me on, and may your family be blessed too.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.